Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage of Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder. Jess and Jim's Big Block Modified Series kicking things off for us tonight. 15 heroes of the small track out here getting ready to do battle warm-up session. They're ironing the track in, getting some hot laps in. They will go through their qualifying. Couple of good heat races. We'll get to our feature. We'll see if Anthony Morano can go back-to-back. He picked up the win to kick off the season last week at Oswego. Don't care where you're at, folks. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, shout them out. YouTube, Trovo, and Twitch. Hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. If you're on the Facebook page, like, share, and follow for us. Everybody will know where the best racing on the interwebs is. We get into the cold part of the season. This is the best racing you can find. Hello, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill always in the chat. Bill is a race fan. I'm going to go on a pretty fat limb here and say Bill's a big-time race fan. 2 shows for you tonight. We will take a break between shows, reset some things, get everything kind of cleaned up, ready to go for show number 2. Make it 16 drivers, as we just have Dylan DeWert, one of our podium finishers from the Big Block race last week, showing up in the server. So that'll give us 2 nice heat races and a really good field for our feature. We have been 16 cars strong both last week and it looks like this week too. So a lot of these guys are already in the Discord chat. 360s coming up at 9:30 Eastern. Tomorrow night, ERA, Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. They will be at Texas Motor Speedway for the Wednesday night show. And then Thursday, Red Driver, Mighty Midgets. Doubleheader, as always, for those guys. One of my favorites to cover. And then we found out today that not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we will have doubleheaders for you as well. It'll be Mars in the first show and Aces Up in their Pro Series Challenge. The 410 wing sprint cars. They are going to delay that 1 week. iRacing changed a bunch of scheduling on them, so they're going to delay that a week. Should have a great one tonight. I have no doubts. Newcomer to the series right there, Mike Watson. There's Travis Johnson. He's last season's UMP Modified Champion, a former Big Block Modified Series champion. I want to say 2024, the first season of 2024, he was the champion. And Garrett Boyd is also in here, and he is the defending series champion. Right there in that 21 car you see right in the center of your screen. Cars on the track. Tom Ostendorf. One of our, what it feels like, 112 32 cars in our server. He and Morano sharing 32. I think somebody else runs 32. I can't remember. Maybe 38. I don't know. Feels like we have a lot of doubled up numbers. I know Ryan Hines and Travis Johnson both run 25. And we are going to have to go make a small adjustment to some numbers so we can get these guys in there correct. I was getting ready to show you the 110 of Kevin Hanley, the Cadillac man, and he was going through 3 and 4 right there when the server decided to swap from practice to qualifying. So we'll get these guys out here. Qualifying about to get underway. Defending series champion, 21 of Garrett Boyd are right here. On to the time clock goes the 21. We'll watch his first lap here. Little bottom feeding. Got to say to everybody, driver of the 54 car, Mr. Matt Westfall. Flying Buckeye. was in town last weekend. He picked up a 410 wingless sprint car win out at the local track, Red Dirt Raceway. And then I went out and saw him on Saturday night, and he ran the top 7 or 8. Had a good night. Ryan Hines, the quickest of everybody right now. But we got to see Matt, got a free T-shirt out of the deal. We swapped. I gave him some DSRL T-shirts. He gave me one of his. Pretty cool deal. Hines at 12.76. Watson at 12.78. Roman Gephardt returning. Ostendorf is out there. He's done. Hanley's making laps now. Kevin Hanley was 12th quick on his first lap. We'll see where he is on lap number 2. Lap 2 did not improve. So Dylan DeWert now on the time clock. These guys do not have a whole lot of time. I don't know what they're waiting for. They need to get out there and get their laps in. Anthony Morano, 4th quick. There goes DeWert. DeWert moves to 12th quick. Bachman on the track as well. Sam Bachman went 10th quick in lap number 2 for Dylan DeWert. Slower than lap 1. The 007 of Bachman. He slowed down as well. He only slowed down a half a tenth. So, Greg Keppel, newcomer to the series, he is going to go quick time at 12.70. And he will pick up the 4 bonus points. Ryan Hines will pick up the other 2. We'll get ready. For our lineup for heat number 1, it will be Kurt Nye, a newcomer to the series. He actually is in the 5 car, not the 109. He'll be in the orange, or the 74 car. I'm sorry, 74 car. He was in the 5 car earlier, but when the paint refreshed, it changed the paint. Now it's a 74. So 74 of Nye, 32 of Anthony Morano, last week's winner, front row. Mike Watson, the 66 car. He's going to start row 2 on the inside, and he will have Greg Keppel, your quick qualifier for the evening. 3 new drivers in this first heat, starting 1, 3, and 4. And we'll move back to the 1J. Jacob Schmutz on his outside. The other 32 car, Tom Ostendorf. Ostendorf in the black one, Morano in the green one. And the back row for this, going to be Dylan DeWert, the 20 car inside. Travis Johnson in the 25 on the outside. 8 cars, 8 laps, everybody. We'll roll through to tonight's feature. Two heats. They'll have a little bit of warm-up to work the track a little bit more, and then we will get them out here for 40 green flag laps in our feature. They're being shown where the start line is, which is right there at that light pole, basically. There's a little orange block on the outside wall that we use as a start line here. Should be a good one. It's time to get loud. Time to get rowdy. Time to sling some mud all over the place. Green flags in the air. Monday Night Thunder underway. Jess and Jim's Steakhouse. Big block modifieds at Fairbury. Round number 2 of the season. Big run from Morano down the backstretch. He is going to go to the top side. Off the bottom. Nye almost led the lap, but I think Morano got him right at the stripe right there. Morano the top, Keppel through the middle. This time, Nye out in front. He is running it about a lane up off the bottom, and he's getting some pretty good bite on the exit of the corner. That time, Morano brushed the fence, getting into 3. Here comes Tom Ostendorf. Ostendorf was peeking his nose in there to make it 3 wide. Nye on the bottom. Hanging on to it. Keeping the lead. Here comes Keppel. Keppel's got the inside on Morano. If he can get some bite to exit the corner, he might be able to sneak by. Just can't find that exit line. And Morano on the high side using all the momentum. Keep an eye on these two. Right now, Ostendorf about 7/10 off of these guys, and he's got a gap to Watson. Then DeWert, Schmutz, and Johnson back through the back. Now Morano clears Keppel, gets him in line. Caution! Watson and Johnson are going to get together here. Let's see what happened with these two. DeWert up the hill. He and oh, yeah, Dylan DeWert. Oh, John Watson spun out on his own down here in 1 and 2, and Travis Johnson is who got together with Dylan DeWert there on the exit of turn number 4 a second ago. Let's go, because DeWert gets, I think, slowed up when he and Schmutz have contact right there, and it got his car a little out of shape. Johnson was coming off on the exit line, and there's your caution. So a little whoop-de-doo, a little oops. And we'll regroup, start them single file. It'll be a 2-lap shootout to end heat number 1. Back to green flag racing. Nye's got the lead. Morano's giving chase. There goes Tom Ostendorf all the way to the top in 4th. Ostendorf down low, came from the outside to the inside, had to wait on the car, and I don't think that's going to give him what he wants. Keppel working the high side. It's all Kurt Nye to the victory. Morano is second. Who will be third? Keppel. Then Ostendorf. Schmutz hang on for 5th. Johnson, Watson, and DeWert exit early, 2 laps down in the pit. So heat 1 in the books, had 1 caution. I think that was just a little hard racing. A couple of guys getting together. No real intent, no harm, no foul. We'll get ready for heat number 2. It'll be the 21 of your defending series champion, Garrett Boyd, on the pole, and he'll have the Flying Buckeye, the 54 of Matt Westphal, is outside. Roman Gephardt returning to the series. It says 83. I think that car says 22 on it. And he's got the 25 of Ryan Hines on his outside. That's row 2. Sam Bachman, the 007. Row 3, next to the 17 of Buddy Ware. Ware changes his number as much as I change underwear, I think, which is daily. So, I don't know. 49, 17, whichever. Doesn't matter. And then your back row. Final heat of the evening for the big block is going to be the 73 of Larry Moody and the 110 of the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley. Oh, that's about as ugly as it gets. Let's get that fixed. We'll get ready to go green the next time we come out of turn 4. Pace truck out of the way, just waiting for Boyd and Westphal to get us started. Boyd gets on the throttle quickly. Ooh, little contact behind him, Westphal and Gephardt. Westphal has the spot. Gephardt slides in line in the 21. That's what he was driving, 21 car. We got too many 21s all of a sudden. Ryan Hines in 4th. He was second quick in qualifying. Battle for the lead. Westphal off the top side. Rockets down the backstretch. 54 car to the point. Boyd, Gephardt, Hines, Ware. Ware's going top shelf. Bachman to the inside. Ware with a good run there. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Hanley's in the middle. Down the front stretch, still 3 wide. And into 1 and 2, they stay 3 wide. Good racing. Tight, close racing. Everybody staying off one another. This is what we want to see every night. Westphal's got it in hand. He'll have 3 to go this time. The battle's going to be second right now. 221's going at it. Boyd has it. Gephardt trying to get it back. Hines almost got him right there out of 4. Here comes Bachman. He got out of the 3 wide now. He's 2 wide with Hanley. Contact between Gephardt and Hines. They're going to go to the fence. I don't think we're going to get a caution. Stay on them for a moment. I don't think we're getting a caution. Broken cars everywhere coming around for the white flag this time. There's your caution. It did fall. Ryan Hines. And we're going to go back just a little bit because I wanted to kind of see. Looks like Gephardt might have turned a little bit before Hines was ready, got into his right side, and then calamity corner down there. So we're going to have another green-white checker to finish off a heat race. We had one caution for the whole night last week. Shorter track, less racing space. You know there's going to be some bumping and some grinding. Westfall, Boyd, Bachman, Moody, Ware, Hanley, and then Gephardt and Hines are both pit side. I'm sure they're talking about it. They'll talk it out. They're big boys. They're all going to the feature. Getting ready to restart. It'll be a 2-lap shootout. Westfall got the lead from Boyd just a couple of laps into this thing, and he hasn't relinquished it. He gets to restart us. Oh, and then he blinks out. To get a restart, he's going to hang on to the lead at least through 1 and 2. Here comes Bachman on the bottom side, trying to make a run at Boyd. Boyd through the dip over there in 3. He stays in the middle. He keeps the position. Now through 1 and 2 on the white flag lap. Westfall, now Boyd clears. Here comes Moody with a late run. He's going to move up to 4th. Westfall wins heat 2. Boyd second. Bachman, Moody, Ware, Hanley. And then the 2 in the pits, Gephardt and Hines. It's a good race, and these guys are going to have a few minutes into the warm-up. I want to grab last week's winner, and I want to chat with him before he gets on the track. Anthony Morano, you got a copy.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
All right, man, a little different track than last week, and man, it looks like you got some challengers this week.
Yeah, a whole lot different than last week. Really tight track. It's going to be a lot of close racing, a lot of hard racing. So we'll see here. I don't race here very often, so I'm tinkering around, seeing what I can come up with for as far as my setup, and see what we can come up with.
Well, we got some people watching to see if you're going to go back-to-back. That would make you hot shoe for the 3rd week. So see what you got, man. Good luck out there. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this.
Thanks a lot, buddy. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Anthony Morano. Sounded like confidence, said he is going to be talking to us. Where's Matt Westfall? He's out on track. They must have went to a different. So I'm trying to talk to a couple of these guys. All right, let's get him up here. Garrett Boyd, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, the defending series champion. You had a good run last week to start things off. Looked like you were pretty solid in the heat race, but Westfall got you on the top side. What are you going to change for the feature?
Gonna have to figure out where the speed is. I kind of got away from me there. I don't, not very confident in the setup I made.
Well, whatever it is, make it go fast and turn left real quick. See you back on the podium again, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Garrett Boyd, defending series champion. We'll let them get out there, work on the car a little bit. Matt Westfall, the quickest in this warm-up session here. Came down to Oklahoma, picked him up a feature win in the USAC competition. It seems like he's a little supercharged right now. Feeling good about his car, I'm sure. He's not in the chat, so I cannot talk to him. But we can watch him make a couple of laps here. Anybody in Ohio watching this evening? Kurt and I having an issue here. We saw 3 wide racing in the heat race. And I just saw these guys 3 wide here in the warm-up. This track looks like it might be pretty racy. Good to see old Buddy Ware racing regular back with DSRL. A lot of fun to chat with Buddy. He's a character. Newcomer Keppel, and he held his own with this group. I need to throw up my screen for a second. I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry about that. I saw something that I didn't like, but it was just a figment of my imagination. Thought I had something popping into the screen that wasn't really there. It's just up on the monitor. All right, warm-up session about to close out. We're going to get these guys in here. 40 green flag laps. I don't know what that was about. Round number 2. Just Jim Steakhouse. Big Block Modifieds. Dirt Slingers. Monday Night Thunder. We are about to get our lineup. And that means it will be time for everybody to roll off and get ready. Go a green flag racing. 74 of Kurt Nye on the pole, and you'll have the 54 of Matt Westfall on his outside. Row 2, Anthony Morano in the 32 car. Next to Garrett Boyd in the 21. Then Greg Keppel in the 38. Holds down the inside of the third row with the 007 of Sam Bachman behind him. Tom Ostendorf, the other 32 car. Row number 4 on the inside. He's got Larry Moody on his outside. You'll see Jacob Schmutz in that 1J. In the 5th row on the inside next to the 49, or the 17s, I'm sorry, of Buddy Ware. I got to get all these guys' car numbers fixed. Travis Johnson, 25 car. Row 6 inside next to the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley in the 110. And then it's going to be Mike Watson, 66 in row 7 with Roman Gephardt in that other 21, the grade 21, the 21G. And your final row for this 40-lap feature, the 20 of Dylan DeWert on the inside next to Ryan Hines in the other 25 car. So 2 25s, 2 32s, and 2 21s. We are doubled up number happy here. And we're happy to have them. We don't care. As long as it's a good race, as long as it's a lot of fun, that's all we care about. Hope you guys enjoy it. Green flag in the air. Feature underway. And eyes going up to, oh boy, I saw a whole lot of weirdness right there. Yeah, I did. I saw whole lots of weirdness. We are going to go right here. And then I am going to find Matt Westfall. Because Matt Westfall was right in the middle of this thing. 54 car. Up the hill, we got a little tap from Boyd. Then his teammate gets him. Now Ostendorf is the one sideways. That's what brought out the actual caution. And poor Matt, he just got down the corner, and Garrett Boyd just got in the rear end of him on the first lap. I don't know if Ostendorf got damage. Didn't look like a very hard hit. Let's go back and see, because his looks, whoops, we didn't mean to rewind that. His looks a lot less physical. Oh, no, it's a pretty good shot on the right front. I guess I didn't see how hard that was. Yeah, he probably broke it because it looks like it's tracking funky right there. Yeah, he probably did take a pretty good shot right there. That's unfortunate. But we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing already. Ostendorf still in the pits. And now I got us restarted. Westfall second. Morano and Keppel battling for third. Now Morano's going to try to go 2 for 1 right here. He goes high side. Yeah, he got it. He was at the line second. Still battling behind Kurt and I. There's Tom Ostendorf. Got back on the racetrack. I think that car's still a little damaged. We'll see how he works around the field. He is 1 lap down. He's at the back. If we catch a caution, they will rave him around, put him back on the lead lap. But that car not turning quite as good as it should. He is in heavy traffic at the front right now. Guys are going to have to make decisions. And there's one. Yep. Car is just not driving straight for him. It's unfortunate. Tom works hard to get the car in shape. A little tippity tap contact here. DeWert, Boyd, Johnson all coming out of 2. Kurt and I running away with this thing. He is 1.5 seconds. Oh, contact there. Westfall, Keppel. I don't know if Bachman got a piece of it or not. Westfall's taking it in, planting the car, turning and running it down the hill. And Keppel's trying to get the nose to the inside. This time Westfall stays out wide. Travis Johnson now up to 6th, trying to go forward. Morano trying to reel in Nye. And Kurt Nye is running right through the middle of the track. Both ends, takes the bump, lets the car settle. Man, he is just smooth right through the middle. Morano in the middle in 1 and 2. He's not running the middle down in 3 and 4. I think that bump is bothering that car a lot. So he's kind of doing a little bit of a cut down line. He and his teammate Bachman. Keppel's 4th, Westfall's 5th. Johnson's closing in. Here comes Buddy Ware. Ware in 7th, making a bid for 6th. Schmutz behind that. Hanley in tow in 9th, and then Gephardt back here in 10th, and it's a gaggle behind that. DeWert, Hines, and Boyd. And Boyd now out of 4 loses some momentum. Ryan Hines and Dylan DeWert are going at it. That's for 11th and 12th. Boyd in 13th, Mooney and Watson 14, 15, and Watson out of turn number 4, and Nye only about a straightaway behind. We're going to get to lap traffic before we get through this race. It may not be till halfway, but we are going to get there as the gap is now growing to nearly 2 seconds. Kurt Nye, smooth through the center. Over the bump, car slips up the track just a little bit right there. It wasn't doing that a couple of laps ago, and he may have hit that a little faster than he did the lap before. Out of 4 down the front stretch. Up on the lap traffic now. We're inside 25 to go, coming up on halfway. Watson goes a lap down. Next on the lap parade is going to be Larry Moody. He's in 14th, and he is just about a half a straightaway ahead of the leader of the race, and he's got 1.8 seconds between Nye and Morano. Morano's going to be in lap traffic. We'll see if that changes things, because Bachman and Keppel are trying to reel him back in, and they're battling each other doing that. Westfall still in the top 5. Now running that cut down line at 1 and 2 once again. Kevin Hanley, Buddy Ware starting to have a battle. This back here for 8th and 9th. They're right behind Schmutz. And Kevin Hanley on the outside takes the spot away from Buddy Ware. Back to the front, because the gap is starting to shrink a little as he gets around the second lap car. It's down to 1.5 seconds as Anthony Morano starts to reel in very slowly. The 74 of Nye. 16 to go. He's got to make up a 1.3 seconds. It was 2 seconds at 25 to go. Now it's back to 1.3, 1.4. It's moving around depending on where we are on the track. Keppel getting around Bachman. That's going to be for a podium spot. Here comes Matt Westphal with a run. He's going to try to get Bachman. Bachman fighting back on the top, but the middle's where the bite is, and Westphal clears the 007. Here comes Travis Johnson. He's trying to make a run at it. It's down under a second. It's right at a second. 12 to go, and Morano is closing the gap. Can he go back to back? Would make him a hot shoe for next week's feature. Gap stays at about a second. Nye has moved up out of that little bump that's entering turns 3. Now he's starting to equalize. They're going to be a lap traffic again because Ryan Hines and Garrett Boyd are back here. 9 to go this time. It is at the line about 0.8 of a second. Boyd and Hines going at it. 12th and 13th, and they are about 3/4 of the straightaway ahead of Kurt Nye. Morano is closing in. He's got this down to 0.7, 3/4 of a second at the line that time. Laps are running out quickly. We're going to get to the wave lap here momentarily. Nye all the way against the fence in 3 and 4, and he's still running the middle in 1 and 2. Morano's doing the same, and it's staying 3/4 to 0.8 of a second. 5 to go, the signal from the starter stand. That's as close as Morano's been since we dropped the green on the restart. Had it down to about 4 or 5 car lengths in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He's going back to the middle, and the bottom is the 32. Just not closing the gap at the line. 4 to go. Going to be 3 to go this time by. Lap cars maybe a factor, maybe not. That's Hines right in front. Coming around to get the 2 to go signal. Nye. Still about 0.6 now. Morano closed it up a little bit. Time's running out. Morano might get desperate. Takes it in high. Gap opens a little. Now closes on the exit. It's down to 0.5 second. White flag in the air. Nye's got to hold on for 2 more corners. He goes in the middle through the bump. Slides it out. Kurt Nye wins in his inaugural race with the Dirt Slingers Big Block Modified Series. Morano second, and Keppel in his maiden voyage will bring home a podium spot as well. Westphal 4th and Travis Johnson in 5th. All right, let's get them all into our waiting room. Then I know Anthony is around as well. So we'll get ready. We'll get ready to chat with these guys. Let's get Greg Keppel. Greg Keppel, you got a copy. Hey, Greg. There you go. Yeah, we got you now, buddy. Well, first off, let me tell you, welcome to Dirt Slingers. Man, you came in here. You're going to run 3rd tonight in your first race here on the podium at Fairbury. Maybe not the perfect place to get started with this group, but I got to ask a couple of questions first. 1, how was your run out there? 2, what do you think of all these drivers? It's a pretty competitive field.
This is a great group of drivers. I raced with these guys and officials and stuff, and always have fun with them. It is a tough group. Moreno's a heck of a driver. I thought maybe he was going to get Kurt there at the end, but yeah, it was. I didn't expect this my first night, especially at Fairbury. This isn't what I call my best track, but I don't know. I just kind of find the middle groove there and rode it all night and took me to the podium.
Yeah, it looked like, heat races kind of guys were able to find some lines in some different places. And here in the feature, it looked like you really run the middle in 1 and 2, and you could choose either the top or the middle in 3 and 4. How slick did the track get out there? Because it looks like it started to take a little rubber there right at the very end.
Yeah, the track was getting pretty slick there at the end. I was trying to keep it in attack in the middle. I never ventured up top. I figured the middle was taking me where I wanted to go, so... I did see Moreno running a cut down off of 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 and running middle 1 and 2, and he was starting to catch Kurt there. And I thought about doing it, but I was like, I'll just ride it out right here.
Well, your first impressions on your first night over here at DSRL, what do you think?
It's a great league. Roger does a great job of these things. Larry does a good job at race control. And I'd like to thank, SSR. All the supporters, you guys, for putting the stream on. It's awesome.
I got to ask you before I let you run off a podium finish, did you run the SSR setup or was it one of your own?
I did run the SSR setup. Tommy does a good job of setting these things up. He's got a pretty good understanding of the big blocks. So
we like Tommy a lot, and he is one of the stars of the dirt racing community and really the iRacing community because of everything that he does and offers to people. So we really like being associated. Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a leader of sim racing for sure.
All right, Matt. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. Congrats on a great start. We can't wait to see you come back next week, see what you can do.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun.
All right, that's Greg Keppel finishing in third, and now we'll move on to a driver of one of our 32 cars in the field. He won last week. He comes up a step short, really about a half a second short tonight. You said you were going to try to find something, and it looked like you did, Anthony. Just a little too late.
Yeah, the setup was good. It was more driver with lack of experience on the speedway type deal. Definitely had the right setup, and car was fast, really fast, especially there in the second half of the race. But just took too long for me to figure out how to do it to get to where I was fast enough. I was reeling Kurt in, just ran out of laps.
Yeah, it looked like you changed your line a couple of times there. The full top and then the cut down and then middle and top, and you were kind of moving around. Was the grip moving that fast on the track?
No, I was just trying to see if I could improve my lap time anyway. I think the cut down was definitely the way to go in 3 and 4, and then just the middle in 1 and 2 was so dominant through there. The top just never came in a way that I remember it coming in at Fairbury, but I don't know. I haven't probably been on this track in a big block in a year or so I have no idea.
Well, you're kind of old hat here at DSRL. We got a bunch of new faces, man. What do you think of this new crop of drivers in here?
I love it. It's always good to see new people. You race with new people. You see how how other people drive and the respect you earn between other drivers. And if you always race the same people, you don't ever improve. That's how I see it. So I'm glad seeing Dirt Slingers get more people in here and running the sprints. Like I did last week, I'll do that again and see how I match up with those guys. So I-55 will be a little more tricky for me. So got to hope for a good pill draw and see how that goes.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you go prep up for that 360 race.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Gotta thank my wife Sherry, the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, another awesome dig setup from him. Helped me out a ton. Super Dirt Car, Hi Mom Lens, DJ Sim Shop, X Translation, Casper Flagstone, MDI TV, GridPack.com, Bowman Designs, and Roger, you and the boys here at Dirt Slingers are giving us a place to come out and look good.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. And I got to ask you, man, why does the guy at Swan Speed Shop have a duck for his logo?
It's a swan. Swan Speed Shop.
All right, man. We'll let you go with that one. It's all good. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy. I'll see you at the 360s tonight.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Anthony Morano finishing in second. That's a first and a second for that guy. in consecutive weeks. So we'll see what he does in the points coming out of here. But let's talk to the new guy on the block. He comes in and he puts all the vets in the rear view if they had mirrors in the cars, which they do not. Kurt and I, that was a good run and a great win tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. I gotta be honest, the no mirror thing when I loaded in tripped me up a little bit. The ADHD was not happy that I did not have all my nice little bars hanging off of my mirror anymore, but worked out.
Well, you know, we want you guys to focus forward. That's what we want.
Definitely helped.
And it looked like, man, you built out a really big lead. Did you know that Morano was closing in there that last 10, 12 laps?
I had an idea. Had the standings up on Race Labs, so the delta every lap kept turning red. But at that point, I saw I had about a second. He was only gaining half a tenth here and there, so started searching a little bit. But as long as I could keep him under a tenth a lap, I wasn't super concerned with it.
Well, I say a big field, 16 cars here. That's a pretty good field for this, guys. So far this season, that's average because both races have had 16. You're racing around a lot of guys that maybe you are or aren't familiar with when you think of the talent level in the league and the fact that you're able to come in here and kind of hand it to them at Fairbury.
Definitely was surprised we went green to checkered. That speaks really well to the league, I think, in and of itself. No mirrors, a track that is notorious for being bad for throwing sliders. Massive hole in 3 and 4 to go into to cause some more chaos. And for the most part, we had one caution off the start and went the whole way flag to flag from there. So real good competition. Lap cars experienced enough to know where they're at, know to hold their line. So yeah, I thought it was pretty quality competition, pretty quality guys running it.
Now, 80 laps of feature racing in the last 2 weeks, one yellow flag, and it was on the very first lap of tonight's A main. So, as a league owner, nobody could complain there. And as a broadcaster, I love to see green flag. I like when you guys get in lap traffic. And when you were coming up to the lap traffic, I know they were pretty much single file. The first one was, he was by himself, but after that, they were kind of side by side there as you were closing in on them. Were you just hoping they'd work it out before you got there, or you were just already trying to decide, I'm going to go here no matter what they're doing?
I was really hoping they'd work it out, to be honest with you. I really liked the middle of the track. I had the car geared for it. I probably could have went to the top and done pretty well up there, but anywhere else besides where I was running, that wasn't going to be pretty. So I was really happy that for the most part I was able to pick them off one by one, and the laps really started clicking down once I started seeing a larger pack coming up.
Well, an awesome run, man. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and I will do my level best to get your number fixed on the display before next week.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just got to thank Kep. He really reeled me back into the modifieds here from the late model side a little bit. And of course, all the guys over at SSR, they're always a big help when we start doing this kind of stuff. So that's about it.
Oh, and question, because you did finish on the podium, and we're going to ask SSR setup or your own?
SSR setup.
All right, we always want to give the shout-outs, and I was talking to Kep about that, and I told him, I said, man, we love Tommy. Tommy gave us the full complement of setups for the big blocks for this season to give to all these guys because a lot of them don't know how to build a setup, and he's got so many great notes at the back of those to tell you the little adjustments to do here and there when the track changes, and we're trying to get these guys to learn this a little more, make this field even that much more competitive, and Tommy is one of the best ambassadors for sim racing, and we love having him on board with us. So I want to make sure he gets shouted out every chance we get.
Yeah, I love Tommy. He's how I got started. Real happy to drive for him now, and gonna give him a little shout out here. But he's a bit of a dork when it comes to that stuff. He loves those Motec workbooks, love working out those little intricacies, and that's what you see in the back of those notebooks. All that hard work paying off.
Well, we love having him associated, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Yep, thank you.
Kurt Nye picking up the win here in his maiden run with the series. Official results. Nye, Morano, Keppel, 1, 2, 3. Westfall, solid run from Met. He's going to finish in the top 4. Travis Johnson, a top 5 finish. Schmutt 6th, Bachman 7th, Hanley 8th, Ware 9th, DeWert 10th, Boyd 11th, Gephardt 12th, Hines in 13th, Moody 14th, Watson 15th, and Ostendorf. He had a bad start to the night, and it just did not get any better. And he got damaged on lap 1 in that incident that happened, and the car was never right. So he finishes last tonight. But he'll be back. He'll be strong next week. And we'll probably see him here in just a little bit in the 360s. So make sure you tune back in for that. I want to thank everybody for being here, guys. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us awesome racing like you just saw here once again on Monday night, there is nothing for us to cover. So everybody gets a pat on the back. Back here, 9:30 Eastern, straight up. If you can't be back for that, make sure you're here tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, for your Epic Racing Association, their Pavement Late Model Series. And then Wednesday night, around 8:30 Eastern, for Midwest Truck Series. And then about 8:15 Eastern on Thursday for Red Driver Mighty Midgets. If we don't see you again tonight, thank you very much again. We hope we see you soon. Till we do, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side down at all times.